Well, thank you for tuning in. If you're from New York, we've discussed this before. If you've seen our videos on congestive pricing, how much of this is a joke, that this is just literally a money grab situation, a tax to drive in New York City. Basically, it's going to affect uh, those of us in the outer boroughs, Staten Island, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, because all this is was to line the pockets of politicians and the MTA.
Really?
That's all this was. And they said, "Oh, we're not going to charge you the 15." Hochul said, "We're going to charge you 9 to that situation." But the truth was this was only just part of it. They would eventually raise that $9. We know that from records that have been pulled on this. They know they were ready to raise this situation. And then they said, "Oh, we're making money." MTA went out and bought buses. They bought themselves a fleet of buses, electric ones, mind you, which is the most stupidest thing to do in the Northeast, especially with cold weather as it is. You think these batteries are going to last in the cold weather? You think they're going to charge properly? Because they said, "Well, we're making them better in situation." Still, it's batteries. Batteries don't work well in low temperatures, especially stuff that needs to be recharged on a constant basis. Take your Ring, if you have a Ring doorbell, you live in an area where it gets really cold and zero, notice how your charges go on there, how basically that you end up losing power to that situation. Think of that on a larger scale for a bus. Now, you'll say to yourself, "Well, why are we worried about this?" No, the president has already given the mandate to shut this down in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, you're right about that. And of course, there's going to be court challenges to the situation. On top of the court challenges that this was unconstitutional to begin with, those cases are still pending. They have not gone away. Most people think that they've gone away. They have not at all. And here's the other thing. Oh, this is just the best part of the situation. Besides people getting charged for living in the neighborhood, and I'm talking about people who park their cars on that 61st Street level and on days that basically, well, they have alternate side street parking, which you have to get in your car, take it around the corner so they can clean the streets and then bring it back on there. You end up getting hit with that charge.
This is outrageous. This is an outrage.
Hello, 911? No, I ain't calling a snitch. I got a real emergency. Yeah, I hope.
Just for going around the corner, you get hit with that charge. And those of you using the 59th Street Bridge, or however you want to call it, the Koch Bridge, getting on and off, you get hit with it too. And they tell you, well, if you go in this direction, but somehow you would get hit with it. If not going on or coming off, depending on how you're driving into the city or getting out of the city itself. But here's the news. Here's the latest. This was back at the end of February. Unfortunately, we couldn't cover it due to the situations. If you haven't seen that video of the insanity that we went through, basically, if you live in New York, check your Easy Pass if you've driven into the city. Because some people got a wake-up bill that was unfucking believable. People got charged $45. $45.04 to be exact on the transaction for just one, not multiple, one charge. You would figure it would be like 3 or 4 charges that'll come up to that. But no, this was one charge, $45, that was put in someone's account.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.
And we're going to read this from the article from the New York Post from February 27th. Driver hit with a $45 charge for an NYC congestive pricing, even though the toll is $9. Check your Easy Pass. The City News congestive pricing is causing some confusion pricing. Upper East Sider Dan Yen was socked with a $45 charge for a drive into the dreaded congestion zone in Midtown Manhattan on Tuesday, even though the toll should have been $9. If I hadn't checked the app this morning, I would have never known I had gotten charged, and I suspect that this may be the case for many others, Yen told the Post. The timing of the charge raised a red flag, he said, coming after President Trump announced he would reverse the approval of the toll as New York defiantly pledged to fight the move in court. With the Trump administration ordering the cessation of the tolls, this felt like a last-ditch effort to wring more money out of our pockets before the program gets killed for good, Yen, a consultant, said. And though he was refunded for the excessive charge after publicly calling out the Metropolitan Transportation Authority on social media, he warned other drivers to check your E-ZPass account every week. Make sure the tolls match, especially because these tolls often take days to appear on your account, unlike regular bridge and tunnel tolls, he said. The charge was triggered just after 3:30 p.m. on Friday, according to billing records reviewed by the Post, when Yen was driving out of the congestion tolling zone, headed to Fairview, New Jersey via the Lincoln Tunnel for a client meeting. My first reaction was, what happened here? Of course, with the congestive pricing basically being the talk of the town, everyone knows it's $9. But why am I being charged $45.04, Yen 24 told the Post. Yen announced his issue on X Wednesday, with several commenting chiming in that they have been overcharged as well. One user claimed that they have been billed for $13.50, which would be the price of the toll without the E-ZPass discount. The MTA responded to Yen on social media, telling him to call E-ZPass customer service hotline. I called E-ZPass, Yen added. They told me they would look into it. No explanation given. MTA spokesperson David Steckel said that there was a process in place to fix any systems error that might overcharge someone. Overcharge, that's way overkill. Due to a processing error, a driver was incorrectly invoiced and the overcharge quickly refunded in this isolated instance, Steckel said. The system is designed to flag billing that is not constant with the published rates. Yen confirmed Thursday afternoon that the partial refund of the toll had hit his account. But he still has no love for the congestive toll, which he says he pays on his way to Queens and backs up traffic near his apartment as drivers crowd to use the last free route on the upper level of the Queensboro Bridge. The Upper East Side is not part of the congestion zone, but it all comes here, Yen said. We're all paying for it. And that's correct. That is totally correct. The thing about it is that if what they want, this comes from people that want to get rid of cars. That's what it comes down to. They want to expand the bike lanes, which bike lanes are dangerous to begin with. They have no common sense when it comes to riding a bike. I've said this before on this channel. I've showed you videos on this where kids are coming out of a school bus and the bikes are still going. You are supposed to come to a full stop. The bus comes out with a little sign that says stop. Stop doesn't only mean the cars. It means bicycles as well. This is the reason why we have a problem with bicycles in New York City throughout all the boroughs. People do not respect the rules of the road. And this is why I said these people should be licensed. They should have license plates on there. Because for that reasoning itself, and you say, well, biking is free. I said, yeah, fine. But respecting the rules of the road, that basically you need to do that. That is not something that you can take to yourself and says, well, fuck it. I'm not going to, stop at the red light. No, I'm not going to stop for that school bus. Screw that. I need to get to my destination. And this is the thought that they always have. And because of these bike lanes, this is why there was more traffic to the situation. They're squeezing down the roads that basically cars can't get through, trucks can't get through at a rapid rate. They said, well, we've reduced it. Really? It hasn't been that long. Some people may have stopped, but you ain't stopping the trucks, you ain't stopping the buses, you ain't stopping, the people that need to get into the city. Understand that. And that's what they don't understand. And the thing is, we're saving the air, the pollution. Is it? What about the air and pollution in the outer boroughs? Did you think of that? No, because you did crib notes on the impact studies that you did, the so-called impact study. These were crib notes. These were just crib notes. They picked and choose the best stuff from those crib notes and basically used it as fact and didn't get any backing to it. They didn't do a proper. But see, here's the thing. At first they said, well, it's going to help the city. And then they said, oh, no, it's going to help the MTA. The MTA has been a problem for quite some time. We need a Doge type situation here. We need the MTA's books to be opened up because I guarantee you, there are issues. Somebody's pocketing money at the MTA. And some of the others being wasted. I mean, look at how many times they've tried to stop fare beaters. And they keep adding stuff and adding stuff and adding stuff. You know, what are they going to put up? Lasers next? Dogs with lasers on their head, they just spend. Remember, and I've said this before, 2nd Avenue subway has been in the works since the 1930s. Okay? It is 2025. They only started digging into this into the 1970s. And we just got the first level in the 2000s. Think about that for a minute. It doesn't take decades to make a subway line. No, it doesn't. This is a waste of money to the situation. Look at the millions they're spending on trying to put elevators in. Some of it is astronomically overpriced to the point they could have gotten better pricing on this. They just throw it at you. And the same thing with the rail cars and the buses, all these situations. I mean, they already have problems with the new rail cars. On top of the repair centers that they use, the warehouses they use for the repair centers, they have only one, maybe two warehouses, that can repair some of the newer trains on there. The others are collapsing, and we've said this on this channel before, that basically they're in poor condition. And then, of course, we have the subways with the lights, the power centers and stuff like that. All these problems. And then, of course, the crime. You got kids stealing the subways. We've already had about, 3 instances, and one arrest that basically kids have taken over a subway train. How is that possible? Keys are getting stolen somewhere and being mimicked out there and being sold on the internet. But, of course, this is Governor Hochul, Mayor Eric Adams, City Council, MTA. This is all their fault. And it's going to come down to it. It's going to come down to a head. This is a city in crisis. This is what it is. We are in crisis. And we need to resolve the situation. When you go to that election booth this fall, think about who you're going to vote for. Are you going to put Como back into office again? Into the mayor's office? You're going to put him in it? All the problems that he caused? Or you're going to put Adams back right into there? With all the problems he caused? Or all these other Democrats that are on there? Think about that. Think about that before you put that X on your vote. Remember that. Go into who you're going to vote for properly. That's going to help rescue New York itself. And what I need you to do next to rescue us out of this is to comment. Comment down on the line. It will really do appreciate that. It'll help us on there, including liking, sharing, and of course, subscribing to our channel. Whether you're on YouTube or you are on Rumble or both. I would recommend do both. Don't leave all your eggs in one basket, especially since the eggs are very expensive these days. So do check us out. Check out all of our other videos this week. As I mentioned in that special video, we are slowing down some of the videos temporarily. Don't worry, we're still here. We'll still be putting out productions. Don't worry about it. We just need a little time to regain our health, just clear our minds and make sure we're healthy enough to get back into rolling again. And it allows us to make plans, for the near future as well. So until next time, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for clicking on this video, because there are thousands and thousands of videos you could have clicked on, but you clicked on mine, and I really do appreciate that. So have a good week. Enjoy yourself, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye now.